So here's the thing. If you do it once, it's fun for like the people who bought tickets for that particular game. Do it again. You do it again, and then people like me will still dump on you because you did it over a team that was really sliding. You did it over a sagging opponent. But then you do this. Good morning to you. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Pirates. It comes your way bright and early every weekday. If you're into football and or hockey, I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Penguins in the same place that you found this. Pirates 7, Cardinals 0. As Russell Crowe once shouted out, "Are you not entertained?" That's not only a 4-game winning streak, that's 37 total runs within that streak, at least 7 runs scored in each game. But wait, it gets a lot crazier than that. The Pirates are now one of only 7 teams since 1901, Major League Baseball's so-called modern era. 7 teams to have scored 37 or more runs, allow 4 or fewer runs in any 4-game span. And the greatest run differential, incidentally, by any team that's on that list out of those 7 was plus 37 by the 1939 Yankees. The Pirates' run differential over these 4 games is plus 33. I know, I can't believe I'm saying this stuff either, but I am. As I'm fond of saying, you can't fight the math. The math is sitting there mathing. Similarly, the box scores are sitting there box scoring. Spencer Horwitz, up in the leadoff spot, had a leadoff home run, like a literal leadoff home run, and wound up 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Brian Reynolds, who keeps continuing to show like this might be the real Reynolds for good, 2 for 4. No one else had more than a hit. Kutch had a double. Nick Gonzalez had a double. Not to be left out of this, especially since I brought it up in a purely hypothetical context yesterday, but Andrew Heaney was, in fact, outstanding. And good for him. There's just too much experience, too much moxie there for him to have 3 consecutive poor starts. In this one, he went 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Chase Shugart with 2 1/3 scoreless to round it out. But let's not kid anybody. It's about the bats. It's always about the bats in one direction or the other. This was Horwitz afterward.
Hitting's contagious. And once one guy gets it rolling, it's easy for another guy, and then it just kind of flows from there.
No, the answer to your question before it even comes out is no. I am not taking this seriously. Nowhere near seriously. Why should I? Why would I? Are there some encouraging individual developments within this? Yes. Horwitz, since he's come up a couple of times already, is on a 10 for 26 roll with 4 doubles and finally that second home run of the season. Reynolds is coming again with that consistency. Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz, Brian Hayes, Tommy Pham, Joey Bard for the first time really all season, 8 for his past 25. It's almost 1 through 9, depending on what you consider 1 through 9 to be on a regular basis. And yes, some of that was due. Some of that is natural reversion to the mean. Guys who were a little bit under where they were supposed to be have let it all fly in a great big hurry. And they've still done it, for the most part, without the big bang. You look at the 6-run 5th inning that defined the game last night. Bart singles, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa singles, Horwitz doubles, Kutch fielder's choice, Reynolds singles, Gonzalez doubles, Key singles, Pham singles. That's what these rallies have looked like for the most part. And I'm not knocking them. Don't misinterpret me here. Stringing hits in the broadest context possible is a sign of a team that can hit, if you can do it more often than once every couple of months. So here come a couple more opportunities. Tonight at PNC Park, it's Paul Skeens against Andre Pallante. Pallante has a higher ERA Then Eric Fetty, who was last night's starter, 4.43 to 4.11. We'll see if this can continue. And then tomorrow afternoon is Mitch Keller against Sonny Gray. You want to see me turn around? You want to see like a violent 180-degree U-turn on a dime? Give me a listen after they take a clubbing to Sonny Gray. When we come back, J1Q. If you're looking for a great dining experience, look no further than North Shore Tavern, located directly across Federal Street from PNC Park, next door to Mike's Beer Bar. North Shore Tavern is Pittsburgh's home for steak on a stone. Enjoy your steak finished on a hot lava stone in front of you, where you ensure each piece is cooked to exactly your liking. Or try their rotating selection of entrees, hot sandwiches, salads, and burgers, all while enjoying the ambiance dedicated to the great players and history of the Pittsburgh Pirates all around you. Come see why everyone's talking about North Shore Tavern and steak on a stone.
It's Gun Storage Check Week. Help prevent unwanted access to your firearms. No one wants their unsecured gun to be used in an accident, a suicide, or a crime. Use lockboxes, safes, and locks to secure your firearms. Learn more at gunstoragecheck.org. That's gunstoragecheck.org. Brought to you by NSSF, the Firearm Industry Trade Association.
Today's J1Q comes from Tyler in Morgantown, West Virginia. And he says, "Hey DK, good morning to you. I've been listening for a while, and I have a slight gripe with this winning streak. I don't mean to sound like a complete downer, as I love to watch my Pirates win, especially the way they're winning. But in the same breath, it feels like every win that we're moving further and further on from firing Ben Cherington and making real change for the franchise's future. Either way, I'm proud of Spencer Horwitz and, of course, Don Kelly for their great stretch over these past few games. I get this, Tyler. There's a part of me when I watch these games and I watch these offensive outputs, and I try to remember that baseball, more than any other sport, is the sum of its parts and not really the parts themselves, if only because there are 162 parts. But I also think to myself that, wow, the worst case scenario here is that Bob Nutting and Travis Williams would be thrown off by these parts, or overinflate them, or choose to highlight them. And they both do that at times. I think that's a human natural tendency more than anything devious. But that same thought process would have you running to offer O'Neal Cruz a 10-year extension every time he would get two baseballs wet in the same game. Not only my hope, but my belief is that the people over Cherington, particularly the one at the very top, are aware, and intimately so, of what's gone wrong with this organization over the past 5+ years. And that it's not just whatever it is that happens in Pittsburgh on a given night, whether that's a 12-to-something slaughter of a $300 million Mets team, or whether it's the reverse. It's about the way harder and way more underlying issues, Tyler. It's about examining the minor league system from the Dominican Summer League on up to ask why there's been almost no hitting. It's about examining all those trades that took place in 2020 and 2021 and why next to nothing emerged from those relative to what went out. It's about a view of everything related to the Pittsburgh Baseball Club that's taken as a snapshot from above the clouds. And anybody who's been listening to me for a while knows that I feel the same way, whether it's about wins or losses. I was saying the same thing when the Pirates were losing, 8, 9 out of every 10 games they were playing. I kept repeating, it's not about this little thing. It's not about that little thing. It's not about the call to the bullpen and when it was made. It's not about a base running decision or a strikeout or a clutchy thing. It's about the big picture. And the big picture with these Pirates gets that general manager fired. About a year and a half ago, and with cause. I appreciate the question, Tyler. I appreciate everybody listening to Daily Shot of Pirates, and we'll be back with another one to count up another 7 to 12 runs just to keep amusing ourselves. See you tomorrow.